right. So can you guys see this? Let me hide my meeting, these control video floating meeting controls. Okay, great. So this is an AI power list. So the way, what we're going to do is you're going to, and everyone's going to get access to this recording and everyone's going to get access to this presentation. So don't worry if you miss a tool or anything, you will have access to this. But this is literally a list of AI tools that you can go ahead and use that are connected to challenges that you may face. So let's talk about those challenges for a second. Based on research, these are the top challenges faced by women entrepreneurs and leaders. Some of these may apply to you, some of these may not, but I think we can all relate. Maybe a lack of time for strategic initiatives, right? Like actually having the time to think above the day-to-day. Limited visibility and recognition. So we're still challenged with, you know, being noticed, getting that seat at the table. We have to work twice as hard to get that level of attention that, you know, maybe our male colleagues get. We've got revenue constraints. So if we're bootstrapping or we're self-funded, or even to some extent, you know, things are profitable and they, you know, there will be revenue constraints, there will be funding constraints. So that's definitely a challenge that we face. Reactive versus proactive leadership. So a lot of times we are still getting in the weeds with things, right? We are still, oh, we just can't, oh, there's a fire going on and we know we can put it out in like one email, and we're still getting into it, and we're still in sort of a reactive mode. So we're still getting stuck in that day-to-day problem solving. We have big ideas. We have a big idea every 5 minutes. That's for sure. I believe that. But we also have limited time, limited resources. And so there is a constraint there. We are work-life balance and burnout, totally real. We're, you know, especially depending on what generation you're in, but we might be in a sandwich generation. We're caretaking for our parents and taking care of children. We are still dealing with a larger share of household duties and managing the household on top of trying to run a business, run the world basically. So this is a very real issue. We're going to, you know, come to crossroads with decisions, and some of them are going to be really complex, and we need the time to kind of think about it, and we have to make critical choices with a lot of with limited support. So we may not have as much of a safety net or a network or information. We may be constrained in that as well. Also, building strategic relationships. So, you know, who can we have in our corner? Who's our inner circle? Who should we actually be talking to about our business that can help us with leverage? So that's another issue that we're challenged with. Limited access to mentors and experts. I'm still constantly amazed at how my wonderful male colleagues can just be like, oh yeah, I know that person. Boop, 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 boop. And hey, okay, I need you for, you know, and for us, for some of us, it's like you have to go 3 levels deep and then pray that there's like a person that'll want to take your call for 5 minutes. So we have limited access to mentor and experts. And then another challenge is, we have to expand our thought leadership and influence. And that is also a challenge because we've got all these other previous 9 things that we're dealing with and that are asking for our attention. So this is just, like I said, this may not apply to everybody, but these are sort of the general challenges. In addition, there's a couple that haven't made it to this presentation yet, but that does not mean that I'm not aware of them. And, Linda was very generous in offering me some additional research that I have not been able to incorporate in this, but I will tie it back. But driving increased revenue, like making money, right? Making money and creating efficient and effective marketing programs. Some of you may have virtual assistants and teams. I have a virtual assistant and team, and I'm still trying to work with them to figure out how to best have them do my marketing. And some of you don't have a team. And so then, efficient and effective marketing programs, you're doing it on your own. So I know that for a lot of you, you're a one-woman show. I get it. I am too. And so that is also a challenge. Okay. So is there anything that is not on this list or have not addressed? Did I cover it?
Very relatable. I think everybody can relate to at least one, if not all the boxes. So yes.
Okay. All right. So the other thing, guys, as I am in this presentation, I can't really see the chat. So if there is a question, like, can someone just wave me down? Or Linda, can you just wave me down in case somebody doesn't know what I'm saying? Okay. So this presentation is going to go over the 10 challenges with 10 AI tools and more, because I kept adding tools that can help with these 10 challenges. And then within each tool, a tactic, like something like that you can go and do right away that can get you started on maybe handling that challenge. So 10 challenges, 10 AI tools, 10 tactics. Okay, here we go. Number 1, lack of time for strategic initiatives. So again, the challenge is you're kind of like, getting bogged down maybe in some administrative things. You need more time, like you need more than just 15 or 30 minutes to actually have a thought about something, right? And because you're busy maybe trying to capture to-dos or action items off of the gajillion meetings that you're in, you just don't have that time. So the tools that I recommend are Fireflies, Fee/Male Switch AI, and Annie AI. And all 3 of these are AI companions. Specifically, Female Switch AI and Annie AI are AI companions and administrative tools specifically made for women entrepreneurs. So they can handle your notes, they can handle all of those administrative next steps, to-dos. They are your AI assistant. Fireflies is an AI meeting assistant. So meaning, you very similar to like a note taker, like a Zoom note taker. But what I like about Fireflies is it will summarize the meeting, create a to-do list, and also identify who's got what action item. So I highly recommend using these tools just to kind of like free up a little bit of that mundane administrative tasks so that you can just kind of like let that go, and have something else deal with your note taking and your follow-up tasks. So you can focus on being present in the meeting, or you can focus on uh being thoughtful and intentional in whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, next, limited visibility and recognition. So, as I said before, it's still very challenging for us to quote unquote get noticed, generate awareness around ourselves, our personal brand, the work that we're doing. So I wanted to call out an initiative. This is super cool. It's based out of Sweden. It's called Equal Voice AI. What this is actually an AI that goes out and scours like media and whether it's articles, news, and actually surfaces statistics on the visibility of women versus men in media, in journalism, in thought leadership, in business. And so it's just a cool resource to go and check out, to see that we still have a lot of ground to make up in terms of our visibility. But the actual tools that I recommend, one is Meltwater Media Intelligence. So this is a really great platform to get more information on kind of where you stack up in the media landscape. So it's kind of like a social listening tool, but it's also business intelligence and insights. It's pretty robust in terms of what it covers. The other tools, excuse me, I recommend are Apollo AI and BDR AI, which are LinkedIn tools. They're third-party tools that are based on the LinkedIn ecosystem. What they do is they really help with like content, connections, outreach, really understanding who you should be, profiling, prospecting. And the reason why this is in the limited visibility and recognition is because if you're more targeted and strategic with who you're reaching out to, and you understand who it is that you're reaching out to and have a good, solid profile on them, you can be more relatable. You can, when you're contacting them, you can actually increase your relevancy to what it is that they're doing. And I think that actually raises your visibility amongst all the other people that are reaching out to your prospect or your potential partners on LinkedIn. The next is Perplexity Pro. So you may have heard about Perplexity. It's kind of like an AI search engine. It's really good for research. It's really good regarding up-to-date data and statistics on things. And the reason why I picked it for limited visibility and recognition is because there's something called Perplexity Pages. Perplexity Pages are sort of like these, how do I say, like they're like these landing pages in Perplexity that you create your topic, your information, and then becomes a resource within the Perplexity search ecosystem. So not many people are aware of this, but I think that this could be a really interesting white space for you if you're a thought leader, if you have a point of view about something, if you're niche, especially if you're niche, to create a Perplexity page. And then when people are doing search or Perplexity searches regarding your particular topic, your page gets added as a result in that particular search, which I think is better than, yes, SEO really matters, but now we're getting into a situation with AI where there's all these sort of walled gardens in search. And if you are part of that ecosystem, you actually get more visibility within that ecosystem if if you optimize for that ecosystem. So Surfer SEO. Hi, Dottie. Do you have a question, Dottie?
I just wanted to clarify what you just said was if we get Perplexity Pro, we have the ability to insert all of our information into the tool for other people to find us.
Yes. So it's called
That is huge.
Perplexity. Sorry.
I was just saying that's huge for all of us to understand that.
Yes. So I would check out Perplexity pages. There's a lot of templates or people who have already created Perplexity pages around their topic. And it looks like a blog post. It looks, you can add images and copy and they're nice. They look nice.
I will be doing
And
this today. Thank you, Christina.
sure, no problem, Dottie. So then finally, like I'm giving you guys Surfer SEO and Copysmith. Again, SEO and the oh yes, Laura, do you have a question?
I do. I love what you're doing. I'm trying to process all of it, but I'm on the same place. I got stopped in the same place that Dottie did. Now, say that one more time about the perplexity.ai and what we need to do.
So Perplexity, let me see if I can, I wonder if I do okay, I don't. So have you ever used Perplexity, Laura?
No, I typically use ChatGPT,
Okay.
and I have fallen in love with all of my helpers on Cintra.ai, so I
Oh,
spend my life there. Um,
yeah.
they've
So
become really good friends.
yeah. So in Perplexity, which is a platform very similar to ChatGPT, but it's really more for research, for search. It's like it's like Google search, like a Google search
I
killer.
get it because perplexity.ai likes to visit our website.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So now if you get the pro version, there is a function called Perplexity Pages where you can use Perplexity to do research also to create a page, like an article around something that interests you or your topic or whatever that is. And then that article just is part of the Perplexity ecosystem.
So like, I guess in a more practical way, can we take a blog post and put it on a perplexity page?
I'm not really sure, but Laura, here's my suggestion. Guys, I am going to give everybody my calendar booking link.
Okay.
So just because I have to continue on,
No worries.
I'm going to give everybody my calendar booking link. So book some time with me and we'll get more experimental and more interactive with these things. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. So the other thing too, this is like a serious like hack. If you use Chat GPT and you say nice things about yourself in Chat GPT and you don't have the privacy setting on, Chat GPT will learn from that information. So I've heard of people doing Chat GPT reputation parties where people get together and everyone takes one person. So let's say we all got together and say, okay, we're going to say nice things about Laura Patterson. We're going to enter testimonials into Chat GPT about Laura Patterson and about her expertise. And then Chat GPT learns about Laura Patterson such that if there's certain keywords that people are searching in Chat GPT, then Laura's information may appear as a result. Okay, sorry, did I go too far? I might have gone too far. So
No,
anyway,
I think this is actually very helpful. I don't
okay.
know about the rest of the people that are here because there's 16 other people, but learning how to actually make it work so that it's helping us be more successful as owners of our companies, I think is really important. Understanding what our challenges are, great. And having a list of tools is great, but actual real things that we can go and do with each other or for each other or to help our business, that's what we really need.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
again, this is just a straight presentation. So, at the end, okay, at the end, I'll talk more about how we can potentially help make things more actionable for you. But again, this is a list with a few tactics, and then I kind of nerd out as I go along, and I can't help it, and I'm really sorry. Okay. So, so the other thing, so the tactic here in terms of visibility and recognition is you want to also use these tools to begin to go pitch yourself to media. So in other words, if you've discovered, for example, Laura, that Perplexity is coming to your website, turn that into a media metric. Turn that into a media metric. So then you're going to a podcast or you're going to a conference and saying like, we're hot on Perplexity. Like, you have to understand who's looking at you, what visibility you have, how to increase your visibility, because all of that turns into media metrics. Okay, next. Revenue constraints. Okay, so the idea behind these suggestions have to do with when things get tight. This is less about monetization, which is something that we will cover. But right now, I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that there are funding resources that are AI driven funding resources where you can get matched with an investor, or there's an organization called Women Funding Women. The other thing too is, I'm sure you're all using accounting software of some sort, but when you're using something like Wave Accounting, which is a free accounting platform, and ChatGPT in conjunction, this is where you can actually see what your situation is and find a strategy to get out of it or find a strategy to deal with it. So you're automating your bookkeeping, but then what you want to do is use ChatGPT to analyze your reports. And then you can figure out or ask or prompt, like, how can I save money here? Things are a little tight. I need to cut costs. I need to save money. So this will help you be able to get through those lean times. I'm wishing you all non-lean times, but in the event there are lean times, this is what you should do. So the whole idea is taking your financial data, running it through an AI platform, and allowing it to find the financial tweaks and tactics in order for you to just kind of like stay in the game, as they say. Okay, next. All right, stuck in reactive mode. This could mean anything from feeling like you're always catching up, feeling like you're always responding to what's urgent but not important. This is where data, time management, and also 30,000 foot view becomes really important. So I think Zoho Analytics is really, really good. They have an AI assistant called Zia, who can then kind of help interpret all of your data. And Zoho is like social CRM. I mean, it basically covers a lot of, your site analytics, your social analytics, CRM, And so what you would do is you would use Zoho Analytics to get the data, but then use Zia to ask about like what's going on here, what could be the reason why I'm making less money this month, like what, you know, how did I make so much money this month? So there's this built-in AI assistant. I personally love Reclaim.ai, which is an incredible calendar defender. But it's more than a calendar defender. It's like a total like priorities, project management, lifestyle calendar. What I love about it is you set up your tasks and the AI then deadlines, the time it takes for you to do certain things, and the AI will break everything up and put it in your calendar based on your availability, the hours you set, and so on. It is an incredible tool. I love it. Notion is this 30,000-foot view. It's the dashboard for your life. It's the dashboard for your life, the dashboard for your work. You can basically create, it's like your own website for you. So each widget and each module has to do with anything that you want, like whether it's streaming your website analytics on a day-to-day basis, the calls that you have set up. There's a lot of integrations with Notion. It connects to all your documentation. It connects to all your data. And what's cool about Notion is it has an AI layer where you can then begin to chat with all your stuff. And so it can determine what you should actually be prioritizing based on all of the information it has access to about your business, about your life, about your deadlines, everything. It can also help generate documents, generate templates. I mean, I'm still blown away by how comprehensive Notion is as a business tool just in general. And now that there's an AI layer to it, it just makes it even more powerful. Next. All right. Big ideas, limited resources. So you get a big idea and you're like, oh, I want to put this out there right now. So for a lot of us, we already have a system in place to do that. But sometimes it's really whether that idea gets out there is the difference between 5 minutes. 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you're not doing anything about it. So the tools that you need to just fire up right away are ChatGPT, which a prompt would be, here's my big idea, give me a roadmap. Here's my big idea, give me a plan. Here's my big idea, give me a title. Just a micro action immediately. Jasper is also an incredible marketing platform. They're starting to move into enterprise stuff, but I still highly recommend it. It will help take your idea and give you everything that you need to announce it, to create thought leadership around it, to create a marketing plan around it, to create all the content for launching that idea. Gamma, this whole entire presentation is in Gamma. Gamma is a text to presentation builder. You upload your outline, your ideas, and Gamma will instantaneously build out your presentation with headers, with images, in different cards, and then you can I mean, it's really so easy now to do a deck or a presentation. You can also have your own brand in Gamma, so your own fonts, your own color palette. Also, I am a huge fan of any platform that allows you to upload your brand in it, especially if it's a visual medium. in video or Opus Clip. In video is a text to video generator. So if you want to do an intro reel or an explainer video about something, it literally takes 10 minutes. The hard part is then making sure that it's right, that it sounds like you. In video, we'll do a voiceover for you. You can go ahead and edit it. You could add images. It's a pretty cool tool. Hey, Jen, if you are interested in doing an avatar of yourself, an AI version of yourself, or an AI avatar, and having that sort of talking head in a video, Hey Jen is for you. The whole point of these tools is they're low cost, easy to use, and cuts down that, like, what I call the blank screen of death, which is that kind of writer's block or idea block, and that's a killer for you if you want to act on inspiration. Work-life balance and burnout. Rescue Time is amazing. So this is an AI productivity and wellness tracking tool, but I also am partial to Rise Science. So Rise Science actually will analyze your sleep patterns and then tell you at what points in the day is when you're groggy is your peak energy time, when your afternoon dip happens, when your evening peak happens, when you're supposed to go to bed, when your deep sleep is. But here's the cool thing about it. The AI that's built in is constantly optimizing what is your sleep depth. And so you can, and you can add those periods, energetic periods, to your calendar. So you can look at your day and be like, holy crap, I've got my afternoon dip is from 1 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And maybe I shouldn't book that workshop during my afternoon dip time, right? So it's just another way to really help to manage your energy level and your work-life balance. Again, with Reclaim, you should have yourself kind of sorted out. But part of it too is to see, holy crap, I've got so much on my plate. Like, what am I doing? Like taking on another project. Maybe I should let this project go so I can do these other things. The more you can actually see everything in front of you, the more informed choices you can make. Okay. Complex decisions. So this is really about forecasting. This is really about seeing around corners and seeing ahead. And so the challenge here is, obviously we live in a world full of uncertainty, and anything can happen at any moment that really kind of impacts our business, impacts the way we do things. So Pecan AI is really a forecasting tool. It's predictive analytics. You put in your financials, you put in all of your data, and it will help you make decisions on what you should be focusing on next. So based on the historical data. And so I suggest checking it out. I personally don't do a lot of forecasting, but I think it's a really cool way to just stay focused and stay aligned in terms of how you're road mapping the next 6 months, the next year. And really, it's important to learn how to do this, I think, because you're going to be going into situations where you might be pitching, where you might be selling your company, where you might be transitioning to another leader, and forecasting is going to be a really, really important piece to being able to accomplish all of that, and at least showing some acumen with that competency. So check out Pecan AI, and then run these like what if simulations on, if you have consumer behavior data or customer feedback, you can work on that. You can work on what should your pricing be, etc. Strategic relationships. Okay. So, a lot of times we just tend to gravitate, and this is wonderful and I love it. But it's really important for us to be gravitating to people who can offer us some leverage that are either tangential or complementary in our businesses. And a lot of times we tend to wonderfully the same thing as us, or our target audience. But I think one thing that is really missing in a lot of our work is who is a strategic partner, someone that is complementary to me, that can help me raise my visibility, and I can actually help them raise their visibility. So there's a couple of tools that are really cool. So there's a platform called Circle, which is like a community platform, but they have something called an AI power matching. So you can set up an account with Circle, join some of the communities within Circle, and then use their AI tool to power match with people who might be complementary, like actually sit down and think, or use ChatGPT and be like, okay, this is what I do. This is my target audience, like all of your business model and everything. Who would be the kinds of people that could give me the best leverage, and be the best partners for me in a complementary role? Have ChatGPT give you that list of people, or that list of those lists of competencies, and then go into something like Circle and look for those people and get power matched. The other tool, this tool, Boardy, is like AI in the stratosphere. Like if you want to see the future of AI, it's Boardy. Boardy started as a board member matchmaking platform. So what you do is you literally email Boardy or text Boardy, and Boardy calls you. And you have a conversation with the AI, a voice conversation with the AI, and you tell Boardy, like, I'm looking to meet these kinds of people. And what Boardy will do is go and search on LinkedIn for those kinds of people, and then give you a list of those people. And I believe Boardy can also do the virtual intro. The thing about Boardy, where Boardy has evolved, Boardy is now a strategic partner. So Boardy is not necessarily just a matchmaker anymore. People are using Boardy to help them with their strategies, to help them, to actually have Boardy interview people. Like the applications of Boardy are immense. And so I highly suggest you check out Boardy, just in terms of having an AI companion that you can talk to and gain insights from, because Boardy is now no longer just a board member matchmaking tool. Okay. Number 9, limited access to mentors. Linda, this is the surprise I have for you. Okay. So limited access to mentors. So the thing about mentoring platforms, there's a ton of mentoring platforms out there. There aren't that many that have an AI built into them. However, there is a company called Mentor Loop, which is an AI powered mentor matching platform. So if you're interested in starting a mentoring program within your nonprofit, your organization, or, you know, even within your company, if you work for a company that big, Mentor Loop could be an option. The other option is leadHERship Global. Like you can find tons of mentors in leadHERship Global. And here's where the AI comes in. And Linda, I'm happy to work with you on this. What I conceive for leadHERship Global is a custom GPT and an AI mentor matching program within leadHERship Global that basically uses the profiles and the directory of leadHERship Global members. And we develop a set of instructions and create an algorithm where then people can chat with the leadHERship Global mentor AI and say, hey, I'm looking for a mentor. This is what I do. You know, who in leadHERship Global might be a good mentor? And it will surface a set of results and names of the leadHERship Global mentor members that might be a good mentor match. So Linda,
I love this. And we may
I am
even want to
happy
look at referral matches too. This is amazing.
Yeah. So Linda, you and I can have a one-on-one, and I can sort of talk you through how to maybe get this something like this started. And I can work with you on maybe even creating it. I might even be able to build it for you. So
I will say we've gone down this road a little bit. I'd love to share with you where we are in the development of it, Christina, so we can chat about it. It's like you've read my mind.